and in this video I want to talk about fractionals in precious metals and whether or not they work or not. And in my mind they do, but they don't. So for example, if I am buying gold, fractionals work all day, every day. If you they keep their premium up to, in my mind, a quarter of an ounce. The half ounce doesn't really work for me. The full ounce, there's nothing in it for me, as I can't really compete with the big guys. So if buying in gold, it works because when selling it peer to peer, you are more likely to sell to someone who can afford maybe £100 or 250, £270. That's not a lot of money in the grand scheme of things. A lot of people will be able to afford that. But it works the opposite way with silver. With silver, for example, this is a half ounce Libertad. As anyone who's ever watched any of my videos or knows me personally, I'm a huge fan of Libertads, old and new. I prefer the old ones. I'm not a fan of fractionals though, because in my mind they don't work, not in silver. So I would have to sell this for between, if I was to sell one, £13, 12, £13 to make any money on it. Beautiful coin, great weight, but it's not realistic, especially when I'm selling the 1 ounce coins for 16 plus post. It doesn't make sense to do it. You're getting less silver for your buck. For whatever reason, I can sell 20ths, 1 gram silver bars. I can sell 10th silver coins, and they seem to go pretty quickly. But they're not really investments. They're more novelty items, and I like to think that I sell my items as a form of investment. I want to be so good at buying that when I sell it on, people can make money on what they sell. It's not always the case. I can't always get it right. It's a huge responsibility and burden to put upon my shoulders. However, it's something that I do try very hard at achieving. But for silver, I cannot justify it. Like, when I first got into, this is before I was a dealer actually, I bought these. These are half ounce great white sharks. I thought the design was fantastic. I thought they'd do very well. They sucked. They still suck. I sell them to people who like the design. They're not interested in making money at the other side of it, which is a real shame. I think when buying an investment, you should always look at what the bottom line is, and if you can liquidate the asset. If you can't liquidate it quickly, make it so it's in your favour that the profit's built in, and you can simply lower the price to liquidate it. Doesn't work. I cannot get these coins to work for me. It's a real shame. I may even gift some of these. I may do like a Christmas, 12 days of Christmas. I haven't decided. So yeah, you got the strong brand in the Libertad. Great design, slightly different design on the other side. And then you've got the quirky, cool coin that usually two types of coins sell. It will be the predators and the cute stuff. So the predators will go to the guys, and the cute stuff tend to be bought for the women. And the women are like, what's this? I want to choose, you know. But for whatever reason, the great white shark is not really, and other half ounce silver coins don't really do that well in the secondary market, which is a real shame. So, but you live and learn. Would I buy fractional silver in the future? Yes, but it had to be at a very attractive price. So I wouldn't, for this I'd be looking to pay maybe £6 or £7, you know, because I have to add on postage and tracking, which is a minimum £2.50. By the time I paid for the envelope, the stamp, etc., etc., it's not really worth it because of the way that I buy stuff. I tend to buy from other dealers, and they can't offer it to me at that price. I'm not a big fan of buying off the public. because they wouldn't like me if I offered the prices afterwards. I stand by the notion that I built my business and I'm building my business on the fair value of what something's worth. So, for example, to go back to the gold piece, I will sell this for just slightly under the going rate of the online dealers in the UK, which will be about 109, 108, 109. I'll make maybe £5 on this, £10 if I'm extremely lucky. But I make my money because I'm really good at the buy side, and the dealers make their money because people will come in and sell it to them on their own terms. Now, if someone came to me wanting to sell 10th gold, and I turn around and say, well, you get the premium out at the end of it if you use social media, and then they come to me and I offer them maybe £98 a coin, £97 a coin, they're going to call me firstly an arsehole, and then they're going to say, well, you're telling lies, even though I'm not, because I'm a dealer and not another individual. Essentially, you're selling to a business, the business being me as a person. It doesn't quite cut it. So that's why I don't buy off the public. And plus, I have a good relationship with the people who buy from me, and I don't want that to change, because I don't want them to think I'm an arsehole. So yeah, does buying and ultimately selling fractionals work? Depends what it is, depends on the price, but for silver, probably not. For gold, yes, gold definitely works, but they both have different properties to them. So I'm so bored of looking at that shark. I've had them for so long. I think I sold about 4 of them. These I've always got time for. I'm kind of happy these haven't sold, because I do have a lot of time for the Libertad. I once had a 10th Libertad gold coin, and I sold it on the cheap, and I was like, why'd you do that? Because they're quite rare, and it was in fantastic condition as well. I haven't even seen another one since. So shame on me. Knowing my luck, it probably had a mintage of under 1,000. I probably did myself a huge disservice. So also think stuff like this works as well. So we talk about fractional for the tenths, quarters, etc. But you're looking at like Sovs and Ducats. They always tend to do well with buying and selling. It's very well recognised. I've never had an issue selling this, probably because people feel like a pirate. I feel like a pirate. I've got 5 of these coming in, and I'm super happy to have them coming in. So they're super thin. You get these in the 1 Ducat and the 4 Ducat. They do very well. So yeah, that's my take on fractionals, whether they work or not. Also, you need to take into account your viewpoint as a person. So if you're someone who is buying for an investment, unless you're getting it dirt cheap on the fractional stuff, then I wouldn't bother. If you're buying it because you're a collector, I've bought fractional stuff as a collector, both in gold and silver, and not thought about the price. If you're buying it as a collector or you're buying it as a gift, then feel free, pay £12, £13 a coin. That's cheap as a gift, and I know there's many people who probably bought half-ounce coin, and the person who received it has loved it. So it all depends on your goals as an individual, why you're buying. But they're not. If you're buying halves and quarters in silver, the chances are you're not going to make your money back if you're paying the market rate, purely due to how much it costs to send it out. So that's my take on fractionals. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, do all the things that other YouTubers are telling you to do. I'm not really big into that, but I do want to grow this channel. So any support or any comments whatsoever, even if it's, hey Sean, we think you're an arsehole, like, just feel free to drop me a line. I'm more than happy to respond to people. So take care, guys. Bye.